What's up, guys? And I saw this morning Captain Marvel, and I'm gonna be doing a review for you guys. So the reason I didn't do it in the morning is because I was doing other things, and then also I had to let it process in my mind. Because if I did it right after, I'd be speechless. Because as all Marvel movies, it was so amazing. So basically, here's how I do my reviews. First part is no spoiler. Just tell you probably to check it out. If I don't tell you to probably check it out, probably not be seeing a review on it because I probably didn't like it, or maybe it was like a big bust movie and I told you guys don't see this movie at all, please don't. So and then the second part will go in more deep, and then that'll be spoilers. So yeah, let's go. So Captain Marvel was such a great film. I'm telling you guys right now, it was so good. I saw it this morning, like I said. People on the internet, my dad saw, people were hating on it. People were saying, it was alright. I think, personally, it was amazing because it answered so much questions. I'm not going to go in deep with those questions because that'll be spoilers, but I'm telling you, go see it. And the reason I loved it more is because if you're a really big Marvel fan, then you'll probably enjoy it and appreciate it more than people who this maybe they saw Avengers Infinity War, they saw maybe Ant-Man and the Wasp, they saw Black Panther, so I'm gonna see this movie and then bang, probably just saw Avengers Infinity War and Black Panther, so that's why you know what, I'm gonna see this movie. So then yeah, that's when you really need to. It's an okay film, I guess, if you don't really know all those questions. I don't know. I could see how I think it would be a pretty good film if you didn't have all those questions answered, but I was kind of going in there expecting answers to be given. That's why it's such a good movie, because they really did receive that. So that's basically it, guys. It was a great movie. I don't know. The last review I did was on Creed 2. Was it better than Creed 2? I would say, I don't want to say it, but yeah, it's a Marvel film, so yeah. So the movie kicks off with, I love how, first of all, before I get into it, I love how they detail with the Skrulls. It's so amazing. They're supposed to be the villain. I'll catch that later when I said villain. But I love how they're in the beginning, the suspense. This is not in the beginning. This is when they get to America. Captain Marvel meets Nick Fury when they crash into the blockbuster, like they saw in the trailer, crashes into the blockbuster video. I love how they have the suspense of the Skrulls and different shapeshifters, so I really do like that. But the beginning was, it was kind of it was weird because you saw flashes of memories, and then she walks in, and this is her role model or something in Kree. So she starts out in this Kree land. She thinks that Skrulls did this to her, whatever her powers are. But she can't control her emotions, so they aren't as good, and she's getting crushed by her mentor about in fighting. She says, let's fight, let's practice fight, and they're talking about, they said, was it a dream, was it anything different? She said no, and all that. So then they're set into this mission, and finds out all these surrenders or civilized people are Skrulls, and they're no, so they go to war with them. Captain Marvel goes over and tries to help a civil person, whoever you want to call it, and that's a Skrull. So the Skrull takes her, tries to get her memory back, but then she escapes, and then she goes to Earth, and that's where the suspense is and everything. And the really fun part about this is Skrulls, you actually, when you walk out of the theater and when the movie's done, I love Skrulls because they weren't the villain. It was amazing. At the beginning, I think they could be a really good villain, but I also do how they to switch them. So it was kind of the Kree were the villains and not the Skrulls, because I thought the Skrulls were going to be the villains. I think it's Skrulls, I'm just going to say Skrulls because that's what I'm going to say. But I really did enjoy the suspense of the Skrulls, but then the more suspense that they're actually just these people shapeshifting to find a new home, because the main Skrull guy, I forget his name, but he has a family in the ship that he wants to go back to, but he's just trying to find his way, shapeshifting everyone, but really the Skrulls don't talk. That's why no one knew this whole time, why they've been so-called villains, but the Kree knew this the whole time, because they just think of them as outsiders, and they just tell these people lies. It kind of reminds me of the First Order, almost. The Republic is just trying to find a place to be peaceful and stop all the bad guys. Well, that's kind of like the Skrulls. And then the Kree's like the First Order. They lie to all their men and people and women. So then they have that drive to fight them. Because that's what I was thinking. That's what we all thought. We're like the Stormtroopers. We think that, oh, bad guys, we must fight. Bad guys, we must fight. Well, no, that's not true. They're good guys. And I love how classic MCU, you kind of see both sides of the story. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's one of my favorite. That's why Civil War is one of my favorite movies, because MCU really does that. There's there's this one bad guy, but then there's two. That's a whole video to get into. So yeah, that I do really like about Captain Marvel, classic Marvel. And then I also really like the answers given, how Nick Fury got his eye from this Goose the cat is amazing. I love Goose the cat. He's actually not a cat. I think it's he. He's actually not a cat. He's like this, I forget what, like this alien in the comics where there's like, they look like cats, but they actually like eat stuff, and he ate the Tesseract. That's how Nick Fury got the Tesseract, because it originally was in with like the Skrulls, because that was their like power source. I don't really know what that was, but so yeah, Goose the cat scratched Nick Fury in the eye because Nick Fury trusted that Goose the cat, and he still does, because he took him home, and then the end of credit scene, he spits the Tesseract out, and that's why they have it. So yeah, that's really cool. That was an answer given. Also, why Captain Marvel wasn't in Avengers not Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, and all the other movies, because this was, I think, the second latest Marvel film. It goes first Avenger and then Captain Marvel, if you want to go by timeline, is because she was trying to find Skrulls a place to really kind of settle down and stuff like that. So that's why she wasn't in it. And then also the pager, Nick Fury already had to call back up, because I thought Captain Marvel wasn't this. Because that's the thing. I know I'm all over the place right now, guys, but that's the thing. You'll see Nick Fury as like this guy who knows nothing about space. He's just like crazy, like he's like doesn't know what's going on. He's freaking out left and right. But then at the end, you kind of see him develop into like this calm, keeping secrets leader of the Avengers Shield. And also we found out how the Avengers got their name. But before that, we want to say, so he got back up because he thought Captain Marvel was a space. He didn't believe in aliens at all. He said, "What are you talking about?" She thought she was delusional. She looked like she was dressed up in laser tag. So she was calling him back up. He was calling him back up with his pager, but then Captain Marvel took it when they eventually were good friends, and then she updated it later saying, "If you need me only for emergencies," bang, called her, because he knew something was emergency was going on. And it was crazy too, because it said Project Pegasus in Avengers 1, and we had no idea what that meant, but then we kind of noticed that was Captain Marvel this whole time, because that's a big thing they want to go to on Pegasus. And then also Avengers, this was a this was the last scene of the movie. He was saying Protectors Initiative, because he was saying if we weren't even looking for this crazy like superhero person, there's gotta be, if we look, more people around. And then he looks at the Captain Marvel like old school picture, and on her jet, because she was an old flyer or something, it said Avenger, and he was like Avengers Initiative, and that's where it came from. So that was, honestly, it was such a good movie. I highly recommend it if you're a big Marvel fan. It's probably my longest review, actually. Like, this is probably my longest actual talking review. Creed made me up there because I filmed myself going to the movie and all that cheese. But the thing about Endgame, it's going to be 3 hours long. I'm getting it. Me and my family are going to watch every single Marvel film until Endgame, and it's going to be amazing. 7 weeks away, guys. 7 weeks away. I am so excited for this. A theory video is going to be coming out, and it'll be something huge that I've been thinking of for a while for Avengers Endgame, because this is going to be the last Avengers movie. That's why it's called Endgame. Captain America, Iron Man, all those people who don't have, our contracts are expiring. We have no idea if they're going to come out alive or not. I am freaking out right now in my head. Captain Marvel delivered as usual with Marvel films. Samuel Jackson is a beast. He's going to be in 3 movies, Marvel movies this year. All 3 Marvel movies coming this year. Captain Marvel, which we just saw. Endgame, definitely going to be in it, because, you know, Nick Fury is going to be in the last Avengers. And then he's confirmed for Far From Home. And check out that video, link in the description. below to me reacting to the Far From Home trailer while we're at it right now. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you all later. Peace!